believe in one core message: prevention is better than cure. And we have a society problem, and that problem is drugs, harmful substances of any kind, any nature, which is common now and they may come in the future. And we want young people, as reminded by our great master, Huzur Sangat Ji, who reminded us all that we should not go down this route. Because he gave an example, children are like little twigs. You can mold them young, direct them in any particular way, and prevent them going down the harmful way. When they become teenagers, and when they become young adults, then they become a big problem for their families, their friends, their community. And today's session is very much to prevent that. And if we can remind our young people to either not go down that route, then also prevent their friends from going down that route, and finally, not so-called friends, which people they may not like. I think we will be naughty in that sense, that where we kind of push certain young people to the corner where they feel neglected, they don't feel like they haven't got friends, and then they join certain types of friends who encourage them these harmful substances like drugs and alcohol, cigarettes, and other harmful things they may do to themselves. So we all together have a responsibility to prevent these things happening. So we'd like to firstly welcome our drug awareness team, who are special guests, who coordinated by Manji. And we have two special guests who are going to do our keynote speakers, is Sam and Rosie, who are going to share how they themselves, from either their personal experience or the work they've been doing to prevent these things happening. And also there's a couple of leaflets on your right. After the talk, please visit them and have a discussion. Then also we'd like to have a little bit of feedback session where we'd like to hear from yourselves what this particular talk has helped them or will help them, and they'd like to hear that feedback. And also, finally, we'd like to all come together. We all want to be supporting this initiative. It's very important to us all. There's a little banner where we take a photograph if you want to be photographed, and we'd like to share that with everyone. So I'll hand you over to our key speakers today. Thank you very much, Sam and Rosie.
Not better.
I don't know how much of what you
I think you have to start again.
Start again. I wonder why everyone was just. Alright, sorry. So my story, I'll start again briefly. Can you all hear me right now? Yeah. Right. So basically, my name is Sam, and I'm an addict in recovery. I was self-medicating with drinking drugs for a long time because I had health anxiety. I used to overanalyze thoughts and feelings and stuff. My last drink and drug was coming up to 3 years ago. I've been sober, and this time round, the thing that's helped me the most is finding other people on the same journey and a few other tools. I do cold water therapy, I go to meetings, which have really helped. I started off with a challenge when the pandemic came along. I noticed all these thoughts and feelings were coming back, and I was struggling, and I was going to pick up a drink and a drug again. I didn't want to do it, so I looked for natural ways to help with anxiety. And I come across cold water therapy. I set myself a 30-day challenge of jumping in a cold shower every morning, and after the first 30 days I noticed that my anxiety levels had come down and I was feeling a lot better overall. So I set myself a year-long challenge, which is a bit extreme, but jumping in the North Sea where I come from in Felixstowe every single day for a year, in the hope to inspire other people in my hometown that have been struggling with their mental health because of the pandemic as well. And on day one I got into the water, my friend come and joined me, who was going through a lot at the time. Day one, my mum, sister and nephew watched me. I got in the water on my own. Day two, my friend joined me that was struggling. Day three, we got to the beach and there was a big group of people, 2 or 3 more people joined. day 4 there was about 15 people, day 5 20 people, and throughout the whole year over 400 people from my community come in. There's a group today. Before I come up here today to do a talk, went into the water. This is 4 years on, and there was a group of 30 people still down there. We've named it Dare to Dip, and it helps a lot of people in my community. Cold water therapy is a massive tool that's helped me with my anxiety. Having health anxiety, it manifested into me having panic attacks later on in life. When you have a panic attack, your body goes in fight or flight. When you get into cold water, you put yourself in a controlled state of fight or flight, so you're training your brain to deal with these feelings and thoughts. It has been a massive tool for me. It's opened up a lot of doors. I'm writing a book now that Mandeep is helping me with. I'm also dyslexic, and I use that as an excuse for a long time. My point in sharing my story, even though it's stepping out of your comfort zone, and I get very fearful talking in public, but on the other side of fear is growth, isn't it? And I want to share my story, and this is what I want to do in my life now going forward, because I want to try and prevent other people going down the same road as I did. I like to think that I made mistakes, so my daughters don't have to. Don't have to do what I did. I know they're going to make their own mistakes, but the best thing about being sober for me now is that I can be there for them when they do. We all make mistakes in life, but the most important thing is that we learn from them, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help others do the same as well. I'm writing a book now, which is crazy considering I've only just started reading them myself. I was an addict for a long time, and where I come from in Felixstowe, I used to get in a lot of trouble. And last year, when I done this Bits in the Sea, I ended up getting a Mayor's Award for outstanding contribution to my town. But I also got voted for a Pride of Britain Award, which is the awards that you see on the TV here. And I don't say that out of ego completely. I say that because I've managed to change my life around, and if I can do that, then anyone who's going through a bad time can do the same thing. My life has changed so much more now. I'm here with my daughter. We're spending the day together in Birmingham tomorrow. Sobriety is an absolute gift for me. When I was drinking, I've always been in my daughter's life, both my children's. I've always been in their life, but even when I wasn't drinking, because I was riddled with fear and anxiety, my presence was taken from them, you know. And the best gift that sobriety has ever given them is not a present that I can wrap for them, it's my own. Today, we've just been playing ping pong, and we've gone outside to play football, and I'm here and I'm in the moment, and I'm present today. I don't have any fear, I don't have any worries. I know everything's going to be all right, and that's because I don't pick up a drink and a drug anymore. My life is completely different to what it is before, and I'll never want to go back to the life I lived, so I have to do everything I can to protect myself to take the first drink and drug. And by sharing my story with you lovely people, that allows me to do that, you know. My identity for so long was someone that used to drink and take drugs, but now my identity is the bloke that tries to prevent other people from doing it. And by you allowing me here today to share my story, you've helped me do that as well, and I hope I've helped some of you. I've run out of things to say, so I'm going to leave it there. Thanks very much.
Testing. I've never had a microphone. Okay, so I think that was really wonderful, and it's really brave of you to come. I've never met Sam. We don't know each other. We just met today, and it takes quite a lot of guts, doesn't it, to talk in public? It can be quite nerve-wracking. I'm going to do a little drill before I get on to the presentation I want to do. So are you going to participate? Are you up for a little drill? It's going to help you just get even more here. Okay, so let's start with the drill. I want you to feel the floor beneath your feet. Get rid of that balloon, trip on it. Can you feel the floor? That's it. You can feel it through your shoes. Okay, great. I want you to look at that wall. Thank you. I want you to look at that wall. Thank you. I want you to shake the hand with somebody. If you haven't got anybody, you can go find someone. The guy behind you. Shake your hand. That's it. Lovely. All right then. I would like you to shake hands with another person. Go find someone.
That's strong, actually.
You want to shake my hand? All right, I want you to say hello to someone. Okay, I want you to say hello to someone on the other side of the room. Hello! I want you to say hello to another person on the other side of the room. All right, fantastic. I want you to feel the floor. Good. I want you to feel the chair. All right, are you all here? Yes. Great, okay, end of drill. All right, thank you for having us. This is a really special day, and it's really special for us to come here as well. Unfortunately, we have a widespread problem, which is drugs, and there isn't anywhere in the United Kingdom where you can't get hold of drugs. I think in the 1960s, it went completely bonkers over here. You had the music industry like Jimi Hendrix, and not that I was around at that point, I was born more in the 70s, but drugs became slightly out of control, and as time has moved on, it's got worse, and the drugs that are on the streets now are more toxic. There's more cocktails, there's been more whatever they're doing in these kind of secret laboratories. They are quite lethal, meaning they can really, really damage you mentally and physically. And it's really worth, what I want to do is not preach to you, but it's really worth you getting some information, because unfortunately, there's not a lot of information out there about drugs, and all this false information. I mean, when I was at school, I had no education. And when I was 14 years old, I took my first LSD trip, which basically is a drug that gives you hallucinations. And I was with a friend, my best friend, and it was her cousin, who was an older gentleman, who gave it to her and she gave it to me. And because she was a friend, I didn't really I didn't know what was coming my way, if you know what I mean. And it can unfortunately happen within friendships and peer groups. And I want you to look upon the information, not just for yourself, but going forward for you to help another person. Because I'm a true believer that, if you can help, then that is your value in life. And if you can help a relative or a family member who might be having some difficulty, then you'll feel a natural high from doing that, right? And we all live on the same planet, and we've all got to get on. So it's better that we're not on drugs, basically. Okay, so who would define what is a drug? Any ideas? Yes. Good answer. So it's something unhealthy. That's right, yeah. It's not good for the body. Anybody else who would define what a drug is? Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Let's look at what would a body need. So I'm going to draw a body now. Here we go. It's like a gingerbread man, isn't it? So, what does a body need to survive? I can't run because I can only go so far. Oh, good answer. Okay, you said water. Exactly. So you need water or fluids and juices. Did you have an answer? What, sorry? Good answer. He said food. And it'd be nutritional food, right? Good. Yeah, with vitamins and minerals. Yeah, what did you want to say? Broccoli, yeah, broccoli is a number one. My daughter likes broccoli. It's about the only vegetable and cucumber that she'll eat. One of my daughters, anyway. That's a very good answer. So yes, we've got food, nutritional food, water, and obviously oxygen. We need to breathe, unfortunately, on this planet. We need oxygen. Oops. Anything that falls outside of this is considered a toxin. The body doesn't need it. It only needs certain things to survive. It doesn't actually have to be a drug, it could be anything. You wouldn't go out and eat grass and stuff because your body wouldn't, it doesn't need it. When you have this food, let's say, when it comes in, there's an organ on the right-hand side, about here, just above your stomach. It's your liver. Let's say you're eating some food. Let's say you're eating a curry, as we are. You know, curry is something we like to eat around. And in here we have a potato that's a bad potato. It's gone rotten. Has anybody had food poisoning? It's quite nasty. And what happens is when a bad bacteria enters the body, the liver's job is to send messages and get chemicals going to break it down so it can get rid of it. And that is just a routine part of the body anyway. And that's happening all the time now. It's monitoring to make sure what's coming into the body is okay and to get rid of what's not in the body. If you introduce a drug into the body, what do you think is going to happen to the liver? Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're very smart. Yeah, so he was saying it's going to have a chemical reaction to try and break it down, and that's right. It's going to overwork the liver. It's going to put a lot of stress on it. For example, if I said to you, to the children, I want you to do homework tonight, and you've got to do 3 times as much homework, and you've got to finish by 9 o'clock, how would you feel? You'd think that was rubbish, but you would feel overworked. You might feel tired at the end of that project. So that's what happens with the liver. It's not used to dealing with drugs. The body has a balance, like a pattern. When you introduce drugs and you start to take drugs gradually and then it builds it up, this balance starts to change. It starts to go up. What will happen, and this is where, if somebody now wants to go back to how the body was balancing before, the body will kick in and you will start to get cravings. This is where addiction starts, because the body's adjusted to having the drug in the body and is compensating and balancing, and without it, it's craving it and it doesn't do well without it. So, let me just check my little... The other thing that isn't actually known about is people think that when you take the drug, it's the drug that creates the high, is what they're saying. It's actually the other way around. It's the body's reaction to the drug. If it was the drug, every time you took the same drug, you would have the same reaction. You actually don't get the same reaction, because your body's reaction will change. Your body is changing all the time. There is no scientist on this planet that can predict what's going to happen with your body and how you will feel in the next 24 hours. There are very clever scientists that can put a man on the moon and create certain computer technology, but they can't predict how your body's going to be. So if you take a drug today and have your reaction, and you take the drug tomorrow, you may have a different reaction. Someone on heroin, they talk about having a high or a rush, That's the body's reaction to putting in heroin. It's that way round. Now, on the mental side of things, this is where it can be quite difficult, because you get into a lifestyle. You know, like if you know somebody and they're your friend, I'll give you an example. You have a couple, a young couple, and they are business entrepreneurs. They've got a business, they're doing well. They invite some friends round on a Saturday night, and they decide to smoke some cannabis, something new. They want to escape, they want to have fun, and they smoke weed. This is a particular drug. And the following weekend comes, and they're like, yeah, let's escape, let's have some fun. And the friends come round, and they smoke weed. It gradually becomes a pattern. Mentally, for them to have fun at the weekend, they now have weed. Now, I'm not saying that every soft drug leads to a hard drug, but very often, if you start on one drug, you start trying other drugs. It is a slippery slope, unfortunately. And the difficulty is you've got lifestyle, you've got reality, so this is what you all agree upon. You've got friends. So if you're in a group of friends and they're beginning to experiment with drugs, this is very hard to walk away from, because they're your friends after all. But really, is it what you want to do with your life? Is take drugs? So what can happen, which Sam was describing a bit, is when you take drugs, and we'll get into this a little bit more, somebody's taking drugs for a reason. So let's say this is you. Everybody here is an individual, would you agree? You've all got a basic personality, right or wrong, but there is you. If you start taking drugs, it starts to change your personality. Where you may have viewed life and had a problem, when you start to take drugs and you've come down off the drug, your view of life is usually more negative. Your problem is worse, and now you need the drug to carry on. It doesn't handle the problem, but it takes away you. So what you get, it doesn't take all of you away, but it begins to mask you. This is called bio, which stands for, it comes from Greek, which stands for life, biochemical personality. I don't know if you've ever seen any drunk men. Have you seen a drunk man talking to another drunk man? And they're like, and the other drunk man is like, and it doesn't matter where you go in the world, they all look the same, don't they? When they're that drunk, that is. So, the point is that if you want to, the point is I was going to say is that it is better to find other solutions to your problems than to take your own personality. On the mind, now this is, I'm going to do another little drill with you. The mind is actually made of mental image pictures. And we'll do a little drill, okay? Don't worry if you don't get a picture. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. So I want you to close your eyes and picture a cat. Doesn't matter what colour the cat is, just close your eyes and see if you can get a picture, a mental picture of a cat. And when you can get a mental image of a picture of the cat, you'll put your hand up, just so I can see that some people can get those pictures. Wow, okay, great. So, who's looking at that picture, first of all? That's you. You're not looking at it through your eyes, because your eyes were closed. That's you, the spiritual being. You can open your eyes now. Thank you. So that mental image picture is your mind. New concept. In your mind, you've got all these pictures. And they go on and on and on and on and on. And a good working mind, you would be able to recall, when asked to go all the way back. When you start taking drugs, you start getting cloudy, foggy. And then this starts to slow your mind. I don't know if you've ever asked, if you can imagine asking somebody who's maybe drank quite a lot of alcohol or smoked a lot of dope, and you're like, oh hello, can you give me some directions to the ballroom? They'll probably be like, their thinking is like, ooh, instead of, yeah, boom. You want to go right, and then a left, and so on. Your mind is so important, because if your mind is not in good operation, which you need it to be, because you're solving problems every day about your own survival, you've got to make choices. Your mind is really like, got to be in good working condition. So eventually, you're going to have problems, and you get cloudy, and you're not going to have a very good ability to recall and bring answers up. One other thing I wanted to mention about drugs and how it affects you biologically is at the back you have a spinal cord, and down here is a nervous system which spreads all over your arms, all over down your legs and around here. When you start taking drugs, there's three things that happen with the body. One is called stimulation. The other one is called depression. It's not mental depression. This is depression of your nervous system. So, and I'll give you some examples of how that will be. And the other one is pain. Oh, I'll put two lines, hold on. Let's say some people in the morning, they get out, they don't want to get out of bed first of all. They're like, oh, I really feel tired, I don't want to go to work, or I don't want to go to school, I don't want to do anything, I don't want to face the day. You'll often find that a grown-up will go and have a coffee. They have 1 cup of coffee. And how might they feel? Yeah. What, sorry? Energized. Yes. Energized. Perfect. Good answer. So they'll feel energized. They'll feel like a little bit of a kick. So this is stimulation. If you have 30 cups of coffee, what might you feel like? Yeah? Sorry?
Overstimulated.
Yes, overstimulation. Sorry, yeah, overstimulation. Could they also feel tired? Fatigue? This is depression. This is where you start depressing the nervous system. If they have 100 cups of coffee, they certainly, how are they going to feel? Good answer. He said they're going to be in a lot of pain, and they will probably have some physical discomfort. They may need their stomach pumping out, which means to get rid of the tablets that are in there. They may even go unconscious. So there's another example is with alcohol. You're at a social gathering, you've got a boy, and he wants to talk to a girl, but he doesn't have much courage. He feels a bit shy. And so he's like, and he thinks, I'll have a drink of alcohol. So he has this drink, and then he starts feeling a little bit stimulated. And he goes over to the room and he talks to the girl, and he's thinking, I'm talking, I've got courage. This is good. And then he's like, I'll have another drink. And so he drinks a bit more. And then have you ever seen anybody drink so much that they start to... Yeah? They've lost their balance, haven't they? They've lost coordination. Even their voices, they may slur their words. This is where the body is basically doing a bit of a red flag saying, stop, stop. They carry on drinking. What do you think will happen to them now? Yeah. Absolutely, you need to be up here. Good answer. So they become sick. So you'll often find they may be throwing up, they're in some kind of physical discomfort. This is pain. They may even pass out and become unconscious. So it shows to you that, you know, obviously a drug in a small amount will go through various, and then you build upon that, stimulation, depression, and pain. I just want to make sure I've not left anything out. Okay. Why do some people get onto drugs? Any ideas?
What's that medicine? Peer pressure.
Really good answer. Peer pressure, definitely. That's a big number one. I'll come to you in a minute, my love. Yes?
Just stay calm.
Stay calm, fantastic. Yes, stay calm because they feel nervous, they're anxious. So it's a solution for that, right? And what do you want to say? Absolutely, absolutely. Some people will take drugs. Let's say they're anxious. What about boredom?
They do drugs like just fun to show off.
What was that, Sam?
Just for fun, show off.
Just for fun, to show off. That's really good. I'll put show off and fun. Whoops.
I was going to say overall mental health,
What was
Mental
it?
health. For mental health.
Good answer, yeah, for mental health reasons, yeah. I'll put bored,
Peer pressure.
Social media.
okay, so it's like pressure from social media. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like peer pressure. Peer means like friends. So they want to be like their friends, don't they? They want to be included. Because it's not nice when you're in a group and you're not. You feel left out, but you also feel like you're going to get picked on, don't you? Yeah, I know. I've been there. Did anybody else have anything else? Yeah. My hearing is rubbish.
Escape reality.
to escape from reality.
Escape reality.
Escape reality, yeah.
Insecure.
That's a really good one. They're all really good answers. Escape reality.
Insecure or something.
Insecure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great answer. Insecure. My God. This is great. Okay. Does anybody else have something going on that they thought about? Ah, yes, there's a
Unhappy life.
unhappy life. That's a brilliant answer, thank you. I'll come back to it. Yes. Sam, you have to help me.
Grief.
Grief. Wow, what a good answer. My God, I'm like going to start over here now. This is great. There's somebody else.
Coping mechanism.
Coping mechanism.
Perfect. Coping mechanism. Coping mechanism. Exactly. Excuse me, and have some water while you think. It's my main man again. Reality. Oh.
What? Like wanting a new reality.
Oh my God. A new reality. You come around the block again, you have, I tell you. Wow, new reality. Yeah, it's like being curious, isn't it? Doesn't mean it's wrong, you know, to be curious. It's quite a good thing to be curious. Sometimes it's not terrible to be rebellious as well, but you know, there's limits. We're all rebels at heart. Yes. Medicine.
Self-medication, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, that question might come up, but you know, there is medicine out there, and obviously your doctor has to give you a certain amount. Yeah? But if you took too much of that, it would have a damaging effect. Could you see that? Perfect. Okay. Yes, my love.
The community you're in.
Community you're in. The community you're in.
Company.
Social circle.
Yeah, that's good. Good answer. Community that you're in, right? That comes under, similar to peer pressure, you know, because you're in that community. I mean, there's different communities. I mean, there's different places all over the place. But if you live in let's say if you're born in a family and it's a poor area, and there's higher chances that the drugs is more available, isn't it? So, you know, you hang out on the streets with your friends, you're going to be more likely it's going to come across you under your nose. So it's what to do at that point. Now, would you say that all of these have something in common? They actually do. And it's the prior problem. There's a problem. There's a prior problem. Every time somebody is going to take a drug, they may be unhappy. They're not doing well at school. They're not happy at home. They're having difficulty with someone in their life. Or they can't find someone to have a relationship with. Or they lack confidence, or they are bored, they're fed up of life, they disagree with it. You know, you could go on and on, but these are problems. And having problems, this is what will happen, unfortunately, with drugs.
Sorry, Rosie, can I interrupt for just a quick message?
Yeah.
A very important announcement. There's a blockage of cars in our car park. Someone's car registration LP16BJG. Can you please remove that? That particular car is blocking other vehicles from leaving the site. Can you please remove that? Thank you. Rosie, okay. Thank you.
It's alright, it's not my car. I was like, oh dear, it might be me then. Okay, where was I? Okay, I just wanted to go over something. Responsibility. It's really important, this as well. So, you have the prior problem, or problems, plural, could be more than one. It doesn't have to be a massive problem, it just could be a small problem. And then you've got responsibility. When you start taking drugs, responsibility starts declining. It's like a dwindling spiral. How does this plan out? Well, you're not really in the driver's seat anymore. You're shading your own personality with drugs. Your confront is gone. and you are now detaching yourself away from the problem. And what tends to happen is irresponsibility starts to set in. And it's unfortunate that you'll find a lot of crime surrounded with drugs. Not always, but generally, it comes in those areas of irresponsibility. It's important to keep being responsible, right? It's important. These are really important virtues, you could say. Okay? I know it may be easier said than done, but I do believe instead of having an artificial high to escape reality, we have to look at achieving our goals and getting a natural high. So I'm going to write here goal or goals. Let's make an example of this. Is there anybody in here who can swim? Swim, good. Great, okay. Can you remember, and anybody in here who can play football really well? Okay, great. Anyone in here who can dance, who's learned to dance? Great. You dancing? You can do dancing? Yeah, it's fine? Okay. So the whole idea is that when you're achieving your goals, it's actually quite hard work to begin with. Say you're going towards your goal, you're going to need effort. Effort means putting some extra work into it, okay? And perseverance. You have to overcome some obstacles. You know, life is a great humanitarian called Elron Hubbard actually said life is freedoms, barriers, and purposes. You have a purpose, you want to do something. You're going to have barriers. It's just how life is. You have to overcome those barriers. And when you do that, you will achieve freedom, your goal, or whatever that may be. And have you ever experienced a high because you've achieved something? So for those people who were a child and you learned to ride your bicycle, and you got a high, that was a natural high, yeah? Or when you went to work and you did something and achieved something, or you even won something, you know, you persevered. These are natural highs. It is so much better in life to stay on this side of the path and to achieve goals and with effort and perseverance than it is to drop into the drug side. Believe me, drugs is a dark, dark pathway, and I really hope that you can help other people as you venture on in life, okay? If you've got any questions, you're more than welcome to ask Sam or myself. Does anybody have any questions? Yeah. We were just discussing what an obstacle is like. It's something in your way. You're so good. Yeah. Bravo. Brilliant. If you have any questions or you want to talk to me or Sam or Emanuela or another Sam at the back, then you're more than welcome to come and chat with us. That's totally fine. We have some booklets which go over specific different types of drugs, basically. You can take them and have a read. And, you know, it's giving you some food for thought, so you can think things over a bit. And I hope you've enjoyed it today. We are going to do a little group photo at some point. And if those that are okay about that, then you should come on up. And Mandeep, do you want to help organise that in a bit? Okay. Okay, good. So I don't have anything more, but I do wish you a really, I want you all to realise how important you all are, right? Everybody is very special, and you will create a ripple effect in whatever you do, right? Thank you very much for having me.
Firstly, I'd like to thank Rosie for, first of all, giving us what we really need in our bodies and then sharing with us what we don't need and what is the real cause of us getting into that problem and then using drugs. And she explained it wonderfully on that. And then she also told us solution to what things we need to do, so the natural highs. So we can't thank her enough. And most importantly, I can't thank Sam enough for sharing with us all how he himself was in part of the darkness. And we all must agree that he'd done a wonderful journey of coming out there and then also inspiring others into the light. And this is what all this path is about. And I thank every member here present for coming and visiting and participating and supporting this initiative. Is very important in our community, in our families, in our lives. We don't go down this dark pathway. And like Rosie's explained, and can you all please come to the front who wish to take a photograph and don't mind the photos being shared amongst others. Please come to the front. And one more final announcement. Once it's all done, you're free to go to the back and there's some ice creams and milkshakes being served. So for now, let's take a photograph and then we can go to the back and enjoy the ice creams. Thank you.
Okay, do you have a good
But this one's still going as well. Here you go.
Come on, girls. Come and sit on the front.
Can you get everybody?
I hope so. Let's see. No, I've got Mandy. Wait, 1 second. We got some more. Oh, more to come. More to come. We got a few more beautifuls. After 3, smile. Well done, beautiful.
Can we do another one?
And another one. Oh, with your phone. Yeah.
No, this is yours is here.
Everybody smile. Okay. Yes. Yeah, you quick too. Oh,
This way, please,
hold on,
everybody.
Hold on. I'm the photographer. Everybody smile. Keep that smile going. Come on, girls. Come on, Kate.
Mind you, give me the phone. Ready? 1, 2. Couple more. Wait for Nelly.
Big smile. There we go.